Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be entering an art challenge. So, the art challenge is hosted by Izzy. She's also a YouTuber just like me. And her art challenge is where you redesign one of her OCs. And after giving it a lot of thought, I ended up deciding to redesign her OC Lindsay. I will talk a little bit more about the specific details of the challenge and how you can join it later, but for now let's just get started on the artwork. And so the first step is to make a sketch on paper. Okay, so here's my idea for the redesign of Lindsay. This is just my rough on paper sketch, but I think it's looking pretty nice overall. However, this hand turned out awful. So I flipped the other side and tried to redraw it with a reference picture. And look at this. This looks so good compared to the other. Why was I so bad here? And then was able to do so nice there. That's so ridiculous. Anyways, let's get to drawing. So here I was able to just add the hands by kind of photoshopping it in by erasing around the rest of the picture I took and then just placing it where I needed the hand to be, and I was able to trace it over digitally. Her pose is supposed to be a very cutesy, over-the-top modeling pose, but she's also being I don't know how to explain it, kind of silly? That's what I was going for. By the way, I hope the music isn't too loud. I decided to go for something very playful and upbeat, but I wonder if it's just a little bit loud. I hope it's not too crazy. So now let's talk a little bit about the challenge and the character that I am redesigning. So the rules of the challenge are very simple and you can find them on Izzy's channel, but basically all you do is pick one of her OCs, keep their color scheme and personality the same, but everything else you can redesign however you'd like. And so for Lindsay, the character that I picked, her personality is supposed to be very goofy, and another aspect of her character is that she's supposed to be very pretty, and this is the color scheme that she had. I was very excited to design her in my style because honestly, I had a lot of ideas. The main idea that I had as soon as I saw her was, I want to do something special with her hair. I want to give her these blonde highlights in front of her hair. I thought they would be so cute, so I ended up doing those. Though the color turned out a little bit more bright yellow than it is blonde. Another thing is I wanted to give her colored eyes. I decided to make them green, and also I just changed up her outfit, but it's pretty much the same. By that I mean the rest of her character design. Her outfit is pretty much nothing alike. I did get rid of her bangs though because I didn't think they really matched with this hairstyle. I also did some other things, I added this little balloon accessory on her because I thought it kind of fit with her silly personality. I gave her this overshirt with butterflies on it, and then I also tried to use a tone of Medibang Paint and then colored it to kind of give it a more plaid texture. I don't usually try that, but I think it turned out pretty okay. By the way guys, Izzy's channel is really nice. I would super recommend checking it out. She makes cute art and her videos are just very fun. I feel like right now I can maybe get away with talking about a bit of random stuff before I had to talk more about the artwork. So what I wanted to mention is that I recently finished an anime called My Clueless First Friend. I randomly found it and thought I would give it a try because it did seem pretty cute. And honestly, it is really cute. It's about this girl that gets bullied in school by her classmates because they all think she looks super creepy and they call her the Grim Reaper. It makes her really sad. She's lonely and she doesn't have any friends. However, a new boy transfers to school and for some reason he is convinced that she is super powerful, super strong, and he absolutely adores her. They become best friends and it's just so cute seeing the relationship develop. They are just so adorable and it's a really funny comedy. I really love seeing their friendship, plus she has a crush on him because she's a bit of an older kid, I feel like she's supposed to be about 12, and I feel like it's a really good depiction of that age and it's just so cute and fun. At first I was afraid that it would be a little bit creepy or dark because of the Grim Reaper theming, but it is absolutely not like that at all. It's very fun and cute. I would really recommend it. It's actually appropriate for all ages, I would say. So yeah, it was an enjoyable show. Anyways, back to the artwork. So I fixed up her face because for some reason I felt like the original way that I had drawn it looked a little bit weird, so I was able to make it look a lot better now. I'm also just working on shading here. I think I'm shading her hair mainly. Okay, but wait, one more random thing I wanted to say. So at the end of my videos, I'm going to be adding something special. So it's going to be called Fanart Spotlight, and basically I'm just going to showcase my fans' art. It's not going to be in every video, but I am going to be starting it this video. This is the very first time, so make sure to stay to the end after I do my outro so you can see it. I'm really excited about it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, but right here in the drawing, I was thinking of adding something extra to her finger. I was thinking of adding a silly little ring, one of those really cheap rings that you sometimes get in a prize from a capsule machine or something. And I ended up making it not look as silly as I originally was because I felt like the red didn't really match. So the gold one doesn't even really look silly anymore, but it's still supposed to be a toy ring, but it just doesn't really look like one. Oh well. I basically just wanted her to be a mixture of really fashionable but also kind of funny so she would fit with the character. I ended up deciding to kind of tilt my entire drawing a little bit so I could work on the background because I feel like for some reason the way that she was standing up straight just didn't look the best for the background. For the background, I decided to just do basically crazy effects, and it's definitely not this background that's supposed to be actually there in the picture. It's one of those sort of like abstract backgrounds an artist sometimes makes. I don't know how to explain them, but it's just basically nonsense. But it's sparkly and pretty nonsense, so I love it. I do really think I picked nice colors for the background though. I really like them. I didn't have a whole bunch more that I wanted to do. I just wanted to add her name, obviously my watermark, and a few more effects to make it like fully, you know, special and all finished. I was gonna add though, I wanted to do nail art on her fingers, so I'm gonna do real-time footage of that later so you can see that because it's kind of hard to see in a time-lapse. I did end up adding just a tiny bit of makeup to her face, barely anything, but a little bit of sort of like sparkly eyeshadow. I thought of doing lipstick, but usually I don't like how that looks on characters, and that was the case this time as well. I just didn't really like it. I usually like it in other people's character designs or anime characters, but when I draw them, I always feel like it just doesn't look right. I'm not really sure why. But yeah, now I'm just adding a handful of random effects from the Medibang Paint library brushes until I move on to doing the line art and finishing up the picture. I even added fireworks, I was that random. Okay, so here we are, I'm gonna add a little bit of nail art. I wasn't really sure exactly what I wanted to do, just that I wanted to add extra details because I thought they would look really cute. So I just did this circle and then I ended up deciding to make it a heart because I thought it kind of made sense. But then I was like, no wait, it's a flower now. And in that same way, I ended up just going with the flow for all the nail art here. It was really fun getting to redesign someone else's OC. I've never done anything like that before, but I really enjoyed it. You know, it's not normal to just randomly go around and just, you know, change someone else's OC's design. I always just do my own characters, but like I said, this was so refreshing and I'm really glad that I was able to do this. If you'd also like to join Izzy's art challenge, it's very simple. All you have to do is go on her profile and find her art challenge, then reshare it on your profile. After that, pick an OC to redraw, and once you finish redrawing them, post it on a community tab or in some way where you can tag her, and then that's basically all. You just have to make the entry before August 20th. If you're considering trying it, I totally think you should. Like I said, it was so much fun doing something so different from any sort of art challenge I would ever be able to do, and I really enjoyed myself, and I think that you would too. Of course, there's absolutely no pressure. You don't have to join, but if you want to, I definitely think that it would be a good decision. I'm glad I decided to do it, the extra little nail art detail, because I think it really does add something to the piece. It has this little extra effect of kind of like, you know, it's special, it's extra detailed, and it's just something that I feel like pulls it all together even better. Right here in the footage, I was taking a moment to look at my drawing to see if I liked the way it was looking. And after that investigation, I ended up deciding that the way I drawn the ribbon was just a bit too perfect. I needed to add a bit more lines to make it look a bit more like scratchy, even though I know that you could totally paint a ribbon like that. I just felt like it looked weird for some reason. But now, here we are! Here is the finished drawing of Lindsay. Thank you so much, Izzy, for letting me redesign your character. This was really fun, and I really hope you love it. If you guys like this video, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now! Featured in today's Fanart Spotlight is Frogmoth Arts. Thank you so much for your drawing of Lodi and Antoinette. They look perfect in your style.